Hey everyone, Shikari here, bringing you guys the news in a flash. Let's get into it. We got another new track from Of Mice and Men titled Back to Me, along with a new music video for it. The song actually sounds like it fit great with like Restoring Force, as the song is like entirely clean vocals with catchy as hell choruses thrown into it. Check it out below and let me know what you guys think about it. So this next story is one I pretty much spent the entire day thinking about. This just kept worming itself into my mind. I would try to push it away, try to forget about it for a little while, then come back to it later on, but it would just sneak itself back into my mind, and it just stayed there throughout the entire day. And it even got to a point I was wondering whether I should even talk about it or not. I'm not a kid. This is not a kid's channel, and I will never view you guys as such, but there are just some stories that hit that hard, and this is definitely one of them. Last night, May 22nd, police responded to reports of an explosion at an Ariana Grande concert in Manchester Arena in England. They get there and they release a statement confirming a number of casualties, which we now know is 22 in total, with an 8-year-old and an 18-year-old being confirmed among them. Along with that, there was also 59 injured, 12 of which were under the age of 16. Soon after that, the police released another statement claiming that the explosion, which happened sometime after the show at the arena when people were flooding out of the venue, was caused by a suicide bomber using an improvised explosive device and is being treated as a terrorist incident. United Kingdom's Prime Minister Theresa May has announced that the terror threat level has now been raised to its highest level of critical, and that armed forces will now be positioned at key sites to help free up police for patrols. Now, if you're looking for details on who the bomber was, I'm not going to be giving them here. I'm not going to publicize this dude. If you want that information, I'll leave links below in the description where you can find news sites that will give you that information. But Ariana Grande is very well known for having a very large audience of young female teenagers. So this dude knew exactly who he was targeting. So fuck him and fuck everything he stands for. He's a psycho-fanatic who died for a blind faith in the most cowardly way possible, targeting the lives of children and young adults. No. Instead, I want to give credits to the fast-acting Greater Manchester Emergency Services, who in a matter of hours was not only able to mobilize over 400 police officers, including bomb disposal units, 60 ambulances, and 8 hospitals throughout Greater Manchester, but were also able to get information out effectively to the public all before sunrise. I also want to shine light on the taxi services that provided free rides home for people who were stranded, and to the residents who opened their homes up to these people as well. I also want to shine a little bit of light on that homeless man who saw what happened here and rushed in to help. Finally, I send my heart out to all the families who are suffering from the loss of a loved one. I send my heart out to all the 59 people who were injured because of this madman, and I send my heart out to the parents who had to deal with the hell of trying to figure out whether their child was alright. There will be plenty of links down in the description if you guys want to learn more about this. With that being said, I want to leave this video on a more positive note, and I do have more news for you guys. I honestly don't like having these more draining stories at the end of the video. I kind of want to give you guys more positivity and give you guys something to ease it off with. So I'm going to try and steer less away from that. I know I tried to do that in a couple of the last videos, and I'm just not that big of a fan of it. So with that being said, let's jump into a little bit more news. Red Dead Redemption 2 has announced it has been delayed until spring of 2018. Marge, you said good news! But wait, this is honestly nothing to be surprised about, as, you know, we're talking about Rockstar here. Delayed the shit out of GTA 5. But what they did do was release some new screenshots for the game, which you guys can check out below. One OK Rock has announced they'll be heading on a new North American tour this summer with support from Set It Off and Palisades. This will begin in July and run all the way through mid-August. The dates have been released and they are below if you guys are interested. And finally, we got new tracks from Rise Against with House of Fire and Enter Shikari with Supercharge. Check out both of those down below if you're interested. Thank you all for joining me for this episode. Feel free to leave a like if you guys enjoyed the episode, dislike if you didn't, subscribe if you want more, and I will see you all on the next one. Mars out.